Your mind is actually shaping your life based on your priorities. And most people really don't understand this. They think, oh yeah, I'm making choices, like free choices. But thing is, those free choices are following a certain pattern. And what sits at the background of that pattern is essentially, even though we obviously all have multiple priorities, like loads of them, but some of them are tiny and they're not really that important. The most important ones are really the top five, and then the top three that actually do shape your life, how you show up, what you choose most importantly. Because what happens is those priorities may or may not be aligned with who you really are. And in most people's cases, they're not. And so what's happening is like having a car with the wrong address put in your sat nav, and imagine like it's a self-driving Tesla or something. And so you have those wrong coordinates in your sat nav and it's taking you somewhere, but it's not necessarily where you want to go. And sometimes it's actually where you don't want to go explicitly, but the car keeps driving. And so your mind is actually shaping your life based on your priorities. And most people really don't understand this. They think, oh yeah, I'm making choices, like free choices. But thing is, those free choices are following a certain pattern. And what sits at the background of that pattern is their priorities. So as soon as they realize that, okay, there is actually an internal driving navigation system that is shaping my life, and then they look into it, and in most cases, they're like, wow, this is totally wrong. Like, I totally don't want to go to that place. I hate such places, for example. And they think, wow, so my mind was or has been taking me all along towards that destination that I actually dislike, and it's not even aligned with my true self, my true soul's desires. And so what we are doing here is we are really making it clear what your current priorities are, what you currently operate from. A very typical common mistake, putting aspirational in brackets, like, oh, this is what I would like to have. But the thing is, priorities are never aspirational. So they are forces, actual variables that are working within your psyche right now. So it's not something that you would like, it's something that is already in motion. And notice how hard it is to look into that system, because it's trying to defend itself. It doesn't really want you to go and meddle with it and adjust something. So it is a hard patch of this path, because those current priorities weren't really shaped or chosen by you. And most people think, oh yeah, my priorities are mine. But it's not true. Their priorities usually come from the outside, their peers, society. Someone told them what they should value, but also from their ego. And the ego, as you know, always wants to protect itself and validate itself. And that's all it cares about, really. Just how much safety and validation can it get, and that's it. It's not interested in growth, it's not interested in challenging itself. The ego is not really interested in any true deep transformation, because it doesn't want to be knocked out of its driving seat. And so the current priorities, the current forces that are shaping your life right now, if we don't get clarity on them, what will happen is that they will keep working under the surface. And so when people think, I really want to live as myself, I want to show up as my greatest self, I want to make better choices, but then every time they try to do that, something like some dark force is sabotaging that. So they miss the appointment, they forget, they say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and it seems random, but it's not. It's their current priorities are kicking in and disabling whatever is not aligned with them. But luckily, we can actually replace them with our true priorities, and it's doable, but we need to really know what we're working with right now. And I know that looking into it, honestly, is not a pleasant process, because many people find that their priorities are actually negative or not very noble. so to speak. So basically validation, self-protection and things like that, which comes from the ego. And then they think it's a reflection of them somehow. So obviously it's not a nice thing to face, but you actually have the power to do it.